Remote sensing is looking at the Earth from space, taking pictures, and then interpreting these pictures to see what is it that you can see in the space photographs, and then interpret the way the Earth is now, the way it used to be, and the way it will look like. In that land surface, we found the courses of ancient rivers, and we found out the places where these ancient rivers ended up in depressions, forming lakes, and where water stood on the surface of the desert for a very long period of time. It would seep through the rock and be stored as groundwater today.
It is with great personal pleasure that I present to you Missouri S&T alumnus, Dr. Farouk El-Baz.
Hello everyone and welcome to you all.
My name is Farouk El-Baz. I am the retired director of the Center for Remote Sensing at Boston University. So President Nixon sent a letter to all the agencies of the US government and asked them if they know of anything that will ease the relationship between the US and Arab countries, maybe they should do. One of these letters went to NASA, and the people at NASA knew me, and the director of NASA said, well, send them Farouk. He can talk to them in Arabic. And therefore, I became the one that's being sent by the State Department to visit the Gulf states. That was the first meeting with the Sheikh Zayed and Sultan Al Nahyan. I had taken with me a map of the moon that has the names of great Arab scientists of the past, like Al-Biruni, Al-Battani, all kinds of names like that. And I had taken with me a recording of the greetings from Apollo Mission 15 in Arabic, where Alfred Worden, Apollo mission crew member, who said from the moon, "Marhaban Ahl al-Ard, min endeavor ilaykum salam."
The human mind can initiate all kinds of thought, and I took these pictures to the Apollo program directors to show that there was somebody that drew the spacecraft that went to the moon in that shape, which is the shape on here. And then there were rocks and so on, and the Apollo program director said, my God, we all read these books. They must have affected us, affected even the designs subconsciously, meaning just reading that book may have affected the shape of the mission to the moon.
In 1970, there was a film crew that came to photograph me training the Apollo astronauts. We had a cameraman, a lightsman, and a sound man. The sound man was a little guy who was, every time we stopped filming, he would ask me, how about the craters that are not perfectly round, the ones that have little edges, how would they form? So 20-some years later, life was good to that sound man. He became the executive producer of Star Trek Next Generation. When they had a shuttle to name, he said, I would name it after a geologist I know. He put my name on it. When I started looking at the desert in Egypt, we're looking at arid landforms and desert and wind and sand dunes and all of that, and plateaus that are cut by all kinds of things. And then we began to look and see evidence of former rivers and streams coming out from these plateaus, coming down and then completely submerged in the open desert. And all you see is really just reddish colored sand, and abutting all of these landforms. With the very first pictures of Mars, we saw exactly the same thing. And in real life, there is a NASA book that is Desert Landforms, Southwest Egypt, Analogs to Planet Mars. That's the title. So yeah, because of the similarity of these things, meaning that the deserts of the Earth have actually taught us about the geologic history of Mars. So in many ways, when I think about something, even scientifically, or something that relates to the position of Egypt in the world, whatever, I start first with the perception of an Egyptian. And then I go on with the rest of it, with the perception of a Westerner. So it is certainly because of my feeling that I'm still connected to Egypt, I didn't feel separated from it.
Keep in mind that the degree that you receive today, no matter what it is, whether it is a BS, the MS, or a PhD, all the degrees that each and every one of these degrees that you receive means one thing and one thing only. The degree means that until this day, when you get a degree, you needed someone to hold your hand and teach you. From the day you hold that degree in your hand, you can begin to teach yourself. Keep that in mind. God bless you. Thank you.